Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's UBNradio.com.
Welcome back to the Larry Yates is Here show. Just in case you didn't know, this is he, this is I, and look at those. Look here. I tell you, the reason I say good morning to you, because when I see those lovely smiles, I think the sun is coming up. Pow, pow. That's one for me. I coined that one. And don't tell your boyfriend that, because he'll be out there using it. And another thing, though, I wanted to tell you guys about this new technology. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You're looking at me, but you don't know that with this new technology, I'm looking right at you. Thank you. Thank you all. Anyway, we're back in the house today. I haven't seen you guys in a while, and I've been getting a lot of good emails, a lot of good text messages and stuff. And I just want to appreciate you. You know, I have to always say to the audience, I want to say to you guys, I so much appreciate you giving us the time of day, giving this old boy from Mississippi. You know, I can say that. Mississippi, I said that. Because I got someone in the house today who's going to correct me, because he was actually from the same country as I am. Oh, God. We're going to go right into this. You know, there's a lot of sad stuff and all of this in the news, and a lot of politics in the news. And I know some of you want to break from it just like I do. That doesn't mean our hearts is not in the right place. But we want to make you laugh. We want to make you have fun. We want to make you feel good today. This is Yates' job today. That's why they call me Larry Yates, as is. And I is as is. Anyway, I'm being a little silly today. And no, I have not been drinking. But in about an hour, I start my drinking around 6 o'clock. And that's nobody's business. I keep that a secret. I don't tell nobody I drink at 6 o'clock in the evening. But look here. I'm going to share the roots of the music industry, the heart, the pulse of the business. And I got some brothers in here, and I know you guys going to love them. And once again, I'm going to jump right in here because I'm so excited about this band, this young brother, and I went to see them, and we'll talk more about that in the show. And so I want to introduce Mr. Bill Magee. Did I put the last name right?
Yes, you did.
I got it right, Bill Magee. And look here, sidekick here, James. I'm just calling him Saxophone James. That's your instrument, right? Yeah. How you guys doing, man?
Yeah, we're doing well, man. Thanks for having us, man.
Look here. I am so excited that you guys came here today. I got someone working with me with my English and all of that good stuff. I got a call. Well, hey, we got a call. Okay, but we'll hold off on that. Anyway, well, I'm so glad you guys came here today because this is the first blues show that I've done. And I've done hip-hop and done R&B, and I've done some jazz and stuff here. And we honored some great ones like, George Duke. We did a really good special with George Duke and family and friends here. And bringing up to this point, we've lost some great ones out there.
We did, yeah. We about a month ago, we lost B.B. King, one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to him when I was a kid, down in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And that's where I got my blues roots from, listening to him as a kid growing up.
And see, now, you listen to Bill speak, and you listen to me speak, and we're both from the same country, and why is he speaking so much better than me? I'm jealous. But, Bill, tell us, where in Mississippi you were born and raised?
Well, I was born in a little country town called Collins, Mississippi. It's between Jackson and Hattiesburg, right on Highway 49.
Oh, between Jackson and Hattiesburg.
Yeah,
Yes,
little small town. Probably have 2 red lights in the whole town.
How did you when you left Mississippi? What you raised up in?
Well, let me tell you the story.
Yeah, tell us the story. Here.
I'm from a big family. There was 11 of us. My mom and dad had 11 kids.
Wow.
And we all grew up on a farm picking cotton. And my mom died when I was 4, so I don't remember my mom at all. And my dad died when I was 13.
Oh my goodness.
And at that time I had an older sister living in upstate New York, up in Ithaca. So once my father died, there was nobody else to take care of us. There were still 3 kids at home, myself and one other brother and a baby sister. So my older sister brought me to New York, upstate, to live with her. So that's how I got out of Mississippi.
You got your passport out of Mississippi.
Yeah.
Well, how did you get? I mean, to grow up listening to the blues. That's a given. Growing
Well,
up in the South, how did you get into the blues?
Well, when in Mississippi, I wasn't playing any music.
You wasn't playing. Well, that's right. You was kind of young when you left.
Yeah, and when I came to Ithaca, that's upstate New York. That's where Cornell University is located.
Oh, okay.
And I met this Jewish kid. To be honest with you, I met this
tell
Jewish
the truth
kid
here because that's what we need.
who at that time he was about 2 years old. I was 13, he was 15. He played a little rock and roll guitar, and we became like brothers. You know, we was at each other's house every day. And before then, I wanted to be a baseball player. I wanted to play center field for the New York Yankees. So by hanging out with this Jewish kid, seeing all the fun he had playing a little rock and roll guitar, got me interested in guitar. So I go out to Montgomery Ward's, Larry, and buy me a $29.95 guitar.
A guitar for $29.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward's. And that thing had a neck on it so big I couldn't get my little fingers around it. So he would show me some stuff on the guitar. I would practice day and night. And after about 6 months, I started to kind of get the hang of it.
Oh, okay.
But my sound was always blues. You know, I played what I had heard in my head when I was down in Mississippi, listening to B.B. King and stuff, Muddy Waters, on my dad's old radio.
Oh, wow.
You know, there used to be a radio show that came out of Nashville. I think it was WDIA.
WDIA came out of Memphis.
Out of Memphis, yeah.
Yes.
And we could get that on a clear night down in Mississippi.
Yes.
You know, when the sound waves are right.
Well, you know, that's when it was on AM.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that, FM goes up and down like a heartbeat,
Right,
so
right.
it can go over mountains and trees and stuff.
Right.
But when it's AM, it's just going straight across flat, so sunlight in the daytime can push it down, and you just get these bad signals. But in the night, when it cools a little bit,
Right.
you can get these signals.
Right. So yeah, in Mississippi, we could get on a clear night. We could get that radio station, and man, I would listen to B.B., the Muddy Waters, Howlin Wolf.
Oh man.
You know, all those great blues singers.
One of my favorite was God. What's his name? Oh, God is gonna kill. I mean, we lost him. Bobby Blue Bland.
Oh man,
Bobby Bland.
Bobby Bland. To be honest with you, Larry, Bobby Bland was the first recording artist that I seen in person.
Really?
I was about 14 years old. I went to see him in Rochester, New York. And at that time, he had the song "Turn On Your Love Lights." Remember that?
Bobby. Oh, wow, my goodness, Bobby Bland.
And
yes,
I went
Lord.
to see him in Rochester, New York, and man, I was just in awe, man. You know, Bobby Bland.
I had the pleasure of meeting Bobby several times. My company, Keynote, a few years we sponsored the Down Home Blues Festival in Huntsville, Alabama.
Right, right.
And I've been a fan of Bobby. He was a little old at this time. And so, backstage, you get to meet all these guys. And Bobby, a lot of the young guys was coming around Bobby, right? And so we're sitting there, and Bobby, these young guys come in, Mr. Bland, I'm gonna kill him tonight. You know, young guys on the show.
Yeah.
And Bobby Bland would ask a couple of guys, but are you saving any money? He said, you're going to do a big show. I know you're going to kill me up there, but are you saving any money?
Yeah.
But, yes.
Yeah, Bobby, you know, what made him unique was that voice.
Oh, my God.
You know, nobody could sing like Bobby. You know, he just had that voice. When you heard it, you knew it was Bobby.
You knew it was Bobby Bland.
Yeah.
You knew it was Bobby Bland.
And, you know, he's one of my all-time favorites.
So when you started to play and finally got in, what was your, did you put together a band or do you just join a band?
After about 2 years of hard practice in Ithaca, New York, I was about 16 years old. I hooked up with a band, a college band from Cornell University. I was in high school. These guys was college students, and I got a chance to hook up with them. They needed a guitar player. I auditioned and got the gig. And that was my first band playing professionally where I actually earned money.
Well, that was exciting.
That was exciting. And we used to do the college circuits, because you know college kids on those weekends, you know those party weekends, they party like crazy.
Yeah, that's when they go to college for the party. I'm kidding.
You know they would party like crazy, and our band at that time became one of the top bands doing that, playing for the parties.
Well, when I saw you, and I got to tell everybody, and okay, there are some people that's going to be shocked. And I'm not kidding. I don't go out partying. I don't do it. And so when I was in Laguna and invited to see you guys, I pushed back on it for weeks. I said, oh, no. My friend down there said, no, come on, Larry, you got to see this band. And when I heard you guys, I couldn't believe the quality and the professionalism that you guys bring to the table and the integrity of the blues. I mean, you guys keep the integrity of the blues. We have James up here. James, you can jump in here anytime you want to, but you guys kept the integrity of the blues. What was your influence as a guitar player? I mean, because you're an excellent guitar player. You're an unusually great guitar, and I don't use the word great lightly. You're an unusually great blues guitarist, rock, whatever. But what was your biggest influence on that?
Well, my influence was that you gotta play the blues like it's supposed to be played, like B.B. King played it, like Buddy Guy, Muddy Waters, Howlin Wolf. Mm-hmm. You know, when you play one note, that one note got to make a statement. You got to make the hair on the back of your neck stand out. You know, and I learned that from I guess the beginning, you know, is that you play it from your heart. You play it from your soul. You play it the way you feel it.
Well, that's the key right there, feeling.
Yeah.
You're feeling, because a lot of people can read music, and a lot of people have the sense of the theory of music.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, no matter how well you read music or how knowledgeable you are with the theory, you still have to feel it, huh?
Absolutely, you got to feel it. I don't read music. I play from what we call from the ear.
Yes.
And so we, you know, I play from what I feel. You know, it's all from feeling and what I hear.
Because we got a couple songs we're gonna be playing, right? Well, I tell you what, when we played one of the songs, would you be kind enough? Would it be out of order to ask you to look for another song on that CD? Oh, okay. Well, what I think we're gonna do, and give him the name of the song so he can introduce the song and give us the story of the song when we get ready to play it. What song do we have up? It just said right now.
I know the song is Good Morning, Mississippi.
Oh, Good Morning, Mississippi.
Thank you for being my home.
Okay, well, we're going to talk a little bit more, but I just want to set this up so when we do go to a break, we're going to play the Good Morning, Mississippi. And, well, okay, since we're talking about, how did that song come about?
Well,
you got to be careful now. I'm from that country.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm proud of where I'm from. Like I said, I was born in Mississippi. Went through some hard times. Born on a farm, picking cotton, and I lost both of my parents at a very young age.
Boy, that was painful. But
yet and still, I'm proud of where I'm from.
I tell a lot of people this. I tell people this all the time, and I'm blessed that I've traveled around the world and worked with. I mean, my God, when I think about the people that I work with, Smokey Robinson, James Ingram, the great James Ingram, my buddy, my cuz, hang in there, man. All the way from Tupac to Marvin Gaye. I work directly with these guys. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people ask me, well, how do you feel working with them and what prepared you for it? And I said, Mississippi. Mississippi prepared me for it.
There you go.
Because the ethics and the work and the suffering that people went through, it made you appreciate.
Right.
And, it made me appreciate where we came from. I was in the cotton fields.
Right.
I saw my parents and family, and everybody I knew as a kid was in a cotton field. Right. So it wasn't nothing, that was the norm.
Right.
But you was forced to have some form of a relationship with your neighbors and the other people in the community. And so when you have that, and I'm stumbling because I'm getting emotional here because I'm proud of where I came from. Right. It was a lot of hard times, but it made us who we are, huh?
Absolutely.
James, what about yourself?
I'm from Mississippi too.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm from Greenville, Mississippi, for sure.
You're from Greenville.
Yeah, right down the road from Leland, a little further down the road from Grenada.
Oh, Greenville. Oh, yeah, that's Papa Hughes, WG&L, WG&G, and Senator David Jordan of Greenwood, Mississippi. Very good friend of mine. He's one of the senators. When I want to know some politics, I get on the phone, call Senator Jordan up, and from Greenwood, Greenville, and that's on about 30, 40 miles from Greenwood.
Yeah, about 40, I would say.
About 40 miles from Greenwood. And well, no, you up there with WBAD. That's the radio station. You know what? We just lost a great DJ up there this year, Troop at WBAD. And my love go out to, I know some of the Troop people are watching the show. Whenever I talk about Troop up there at WBAD in Greenville, Mississippi, that was my boy, And with Greenville, that's where all of that soul and that blues come up out of there.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Well, I was playing for
Katrina benefit.
Katrina benefit.
There was a benefit out in Hemet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, about a year after Katrina hit New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And a friend of ours, a mutual friend,
right,
was having a benefit for the people that down in New Orleans. And they asked me to come out and play. I came out and played, and James was on the gig.
I was invited like you were.
Yeah.
And they asked me to come out. And,
okay.
And Bill saw me playing, and he says, "Hey, you play pretty good horn there. you want to play with my band?" I just looked at him. I said, "You got a band?" He said, "Yeah, I'm playing this band in San Diego. I'll try you out and see how you work." I said, "Okay."
Well, who were some of your influences coming up?
Back in the day, King Curtis.
King Curtis?
Yes, and King Curtis and Junior Walker. And some of the, again, Jimmy Clapper, he was one of the guys that said, when you play your horn, you just don't play your horn like you're blowing your horn. You play it like you talk to somebody. And you got to use emotion when you blow. You
got to feel it, huh?
Yeah. If you don't, it's like you tell somebody to do something and you don't put no emotion in it, then they don't believe you. So
that's true.
If you tell somebody something, you tell them with attitude, they get it real quick.
Yes.
When you got to blow your horn like that. It's just communication.
I love that. And you know what? Normally we'll talk around a little bit, but I want to give the audience an opportunity to. Okay, I'm the host, so I can have my phone on and it's going off and duck sounds and stuff like that. So I tell everybody to turn their phone off, but I got mine on. So I got a reason, an excuse. This is important business. I'm kidding. I should have turned my phone off. I apologize for that. Anyway, tell us about this Mississippi. The song is.
Yes, good morning, Mississippi. Thank you for being my home. And it's just kind of like a celebration. You know, hey, this is where I'm from, and thank God I'm from there. Because to be honest with you, it made me the man that I am today.
Well, let's hear some good.
Good morning, Mississippi.
Let's hear some Good Morning, Mississippi.
Thank you for being my home.
Thank you for being my home. I like that. Let me see what it sounds like here. Are we on? Am I not hearing it?
Thank you for being my home. Good morning, Mississippi. Thank you for being my home. Mississippi, Mississippi, where me and the blues come from. I'm going down in Louisiana, land of the rising sun. I'm going down in Louisiana, land of the rising sun. Some of the old folks used to say, is where the blues come from. Play me some down home blues. Sit back in my old rocking chair. Play me some down home blues. Mississippi, Mississippi, where me and the blues come from. Good morning, Mississippi. Thank you for being my home. Good morning, Mississippi. Thank you for being my home. Mississippi, Mississippi, where me and the blues come from.
Yeah, we're back. Good morning, Mississippi. Boy, that's some real blues there, man. Now that was the engineer's fault. It's like when I get caught doing something. That's why don't do anything wrong with me, because if I get caught, I'm most definitely gonna say, "Hey, man, they got us." But thank you for correcting that. But powerful, man.
Well, yeah, I get a lot of requests to do that song. In fact, every night we get somebody requesting, "Hey, do play Good Morning Mississippi." You know, and you ought to see how crowded the dance floor get.
Yeah, I saw. What's the name of the band? Give us the name of the band.
It's the Bill McGee Blues Band.
Bill McGee. You have a website?
Yeah, it's Bill McGee Blues. McGee is Magee. BillMcGeeBlues.com.
I tell you, if you're in town, you got to check these guys out. What the club that I met you guys in is
It's Mozambique in Laguna Beach. Very, very nice club. And we there every other Wednesday. We'll be back there on July the 15th.
On July the 15th. I'm gonna try my best to get there July the 15th. But James, let me go back to you and the horn player here a little bit. You was telling us a little bit about what made you pick up the horn? Was that family members or?
Well, what made me pick up the horn was I tried every instrument in the band, and I failed at all of them. And the instructor at the time said, "Look, son, I ain't got but one left, and this is saxophone. But you can't make it on this one. You're not gonna make it."
Did you play in high school?
Yeah, that's when I first. Well, I had no other experience because we were poor. We just worked.
You don't know nothing about being poor.
Well, $3 a day chopping cotton, 12 hours a day, and you eat up $1.50 of that, and your mom take the rest of it from you.
Isn't this amazing though? Like an old lady told me, there's no accidental meetings; they're divine appointments. Mm-hmm. The three of us are from Mississippi.
Yeah.
The three of us have experienced the cotton field.
That's it.
And
Absolutely.
Here it is. We're sitting here talking about music and traveling.
Right.
It's a good God out there somewhere. Ain't it?
It is, absolutely.
But tell me a little bit more about it.
Musically, it's I learned a lot from a lot of people that tells me along the way what type of things I should incorporate in my presentation. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing, most single thing is attitude, tone. The instructor used to say, if you learn to play, you play with a good tone. If you do job of do about there, that's what he would say. Then everybody will listen and will say, "Oh my God, listen to that."
Yes.
Based on tone.
Now, talk about that. Let's talk about that a little bit. Tone. And when you listen to music today, something is missing in the tones. Because without the right tone, you can't have the right feeling. So tell me what you think about the music today, and where is it going? Do you see it going anywhere?
I see it evolving all the time. And
that's what I wanted to hear. Yes.
Yeah, all the time. It's always evolving, and you have to have a certain amount of openness to what's going on in order to stay in the. I mean, you're going to always have people that's going to be crazy about you regardless. But if you're going to be progressive, you got to incorporate new ideas and not, be strictly touched. Like with the blues that we do, a lot of times I would take stuff that I hear that's current and mix it in, give it a blues feel, but use the same words, but express it as a blues. Like playing gospel. Gospel is so close to blues. I shouldn't divert that way, but.
No, but it is. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
These are twins. These are mothers and child, and all the whole bit. And you about to say something, Bill?
No, I agree with him. 100%. It keep evolving, and even my music. I play music that's been played. Songs that have been played over 40, 50 years ago. Songs that guys played back in the 40s and 50s. Mm. And we play those songs now, but we put a different spin on it.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's still the blues, but it's a little updated.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I heard you guys play, it has that freshness to it.
Right,
That was one of the things that impressed me about the band.
Right.
And I get to talk to a lot of people like yourself, in the music industry and everybody. I hate to hear this phrase when people blues is dead and then that's insane because it's not.
Yeah.
It's just evolving, like my brother here was saying, and it's a living thing.
Right.
It's a living, and it's gonna live forever. It's
is.
something that's not gonna die.
Right.
It's gonna live forever. And I when I go and I listen to you guys, and then you encourage me, you give me that hope that you can play the old with the new taste, a new feel, a new spin. But now, tell us about some of the experiences, some of the greats you've been involved with and played with. You know who I'm waiting for you to talk about.
Getting back to my story there, like I said, I started off playing in Ithaca, playing with a college band. I played with those guys until I graduated from high school. So when I graduated from high school, I knew I wanted to be a musician. I had the bug, but I knew I had to be in a big city. I knew I had to get out of Ithaca is a very small town, so I knew I had to get to the Big Apple. So after I got out of high school, I moved to the Big Apple. I didn't know anybody. Never been to New York City before. My brother told me, he said, "Man, you're gonna get killed down there.
You're gonna get robbed, beat up, killed.
You're gonna get robbed, beat up, killed. You better stay here. I said, man, I got to go and pursue my career. So I moved to New York City. I get me a room up in Harlem, about 2 blocks from the Apollo Theater.
Oh wow!
You heard of the Apollo Theater?
Oh my goodness, yes. Come on now.
And everybody wanted to play the Apollo Theater. All the big names come to the Apollo Theater. It's right there on 125th Street in Harlem. And I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody at all in New York City. I would ask people. I said, "Where the bands play at around here? What clubs the bands play at?" And they would tell me about different clubs. So one night, they told me about a club up on 135th Street in Lenox Avenue called Small's Paradise.
Small's Paradise.
Oh,
Yeah. Very popular club.
I've actually heard of it.
Yeah. So I go up there. They had King Curtis
There you go.
playing sax. King Curtis had a hit record out then called Soul Twist.
Oh yes.
Remember that?
Yes, Lord.
And he had a left-handed guy playing guitar going by the name of Jimmy James. You know him as Jimi Hendrix.
Come on, man. Come on now.
So, but back in the day, this was 1963, he was going by Jimmy James.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
Yeah. He was going by Jimmy James. And I thought the guy was pretty good on guitar, So I thought it was pretty good. So they take a break. I go up and introduce myself and say, "Hey, I'm Bill Magee, just got to town." He said, "Where you from?" I said, "Well, I was born in Mississippi, but, I just finished high school up in Ithaca, New York. I just moved to the Big Apple." He said, "Who you playing with?" I said, I just got to town. I'm not playing with anybody." So he said, "You want to sit in and do a song?" I said, "Yeah." So I had my guitar with me. I sat in and did a song. And then he came up and said, "Let's do one together." So we set the house on fire.
Wait a minute. Who came up and said that?
Jimmy
Hendrix.
Jimmy James.
Jimmy James asked you to come up
Yeah.
and play one. Oh my God.
One with him, And so we played a song together, and we just set the house on fire. And he said, "Man," he said, "Yeah, you pretty good." I said, "Yeah, well, you're not too bad yourself." So from that we became friends, and later on we put together a little band called Jimmy James and the Blue Flames, and we would play a lot down in the village.
You and Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Playing that close together.
Yeah, we played it. He wasn't Jimi Hendrix now.
Okay, Jimmy James.
Jimmy James.
Okay. I'm like, see how
Yeah.
excited I am about this.
So he was going. So we put together a little band called Jimmy James and the Blue Flames, and we would do dance halls and some clubs down in the village, and a few clubs up in Harlem, and in '65, I got a chance to hook up with James Brown.
James Brown?
Yeah.
Come on, you blowing me away here.
So I got a chance to hook up with James Brown.
And I want you to hold that for a minute. The reason I'm a little surprised here, people, because what I like to do is for the guests to come in and shock me, and that very rarely happens. And I'm just so, wow, I'm sitting in royalty here. But please go right ahead.
So so I hooked up with James Brown. We go on tour, and what happened was James Brown, guitar player. I had got into a band called the Kansas City Playboys, and we was touring as an opening act for James Brown. And James Brown, guitar player, has gotten sick, and with appendicitis attack or something, and he was going to be out for a bit. And James Brown needed a guitar player to fill in until his guitar player got back. So I knew James Brown's stuff. You know, I knew his stuff.
Oh.
And by being on tour with him, you know, because you see him every night. And so I knew his stuff, and I knew the moves and stuff. So they got me a uniform, and I was in the James Brown band. I do my show, and then I go change real quick and come out with the JBs and do the James Brown show.
Oh, well, who was on bass during that time?
A guy named Fred.
Well, Fred was on bass then.
Yeah, I can't remember his last name. And so now '66, the Animals came to New York to play at Madison Square Garden. They heard about this left-handed guitar player playing in some clubs down in the Village. So their manager, a guy named Ches Chandler, goes down in the Village to this club and see this left-handed guy going by the name of Jimmy James on guitar. Invite him to England in '66. Jimmy goes to England, and he said, I talked to him, he said, man, you know, this guy, Ches Chandler, invited me to England, so I'm going to go and check it out, see what happened. I said, man, you gotta go, you know. So he goes over there. I don't hear from him for a while. And about 6 months later, I hear this song done by Jimi Hendrix, thing called Hey Joe. You know, become the number one hit in England. Now they bringing it over to the United States. You know, and I listened to the song. I said, man, that ain't Jimmy James. Jimmy James don't play like that.
Wow.
What happened was he went to England, completely changed his style of play.
Really?
Yeah, completely changed his style of play. Because Jimmy's style was a lot like what you hear me play now.
Mm-hmm. More bluesy.
Yeah. And because the stuff that Jimmy's famous for, they would have ran him out of New York if he would have played it in New York. New York wasn't ready for it.
Right.
You couldn't dance to it. New York had to play stuff that people could dance to. Jimmy went to England, totally changed his style of play. He's a big hit in England. Now they bring him over to the United States, and he's using his real name, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, wow. Wow, what a story.
And that record hit, it was a 45. It hit in January of 1967.
Well, you know what? Because for the sake of time, this hour, I forgot to tell you guys, this hour was going to shoot by real fast. Yeah. So the time is going to, what we're going to do, we got one more song we want to play. And what's the name of this song?
Worry, Worry, Worry.
Worry, worry, worry. See, I told you folks we were going to bring the blues in the house tonight. Boy, we're doing the blues, getting some history here. And I'm always open to learn more and more about this industry and life. And last month was supposed to be Black Music Month. I don't know why would they would try to narrow us down to Black Music Month when we are with Galaxy music. But anyway, let us hear that song.
Nassau got soul. We got a doggone beat now. gonna call our very own. Nassau rock, Nassau roll, Nassau got a whole lot of soul, yeah. Listen to the drummer.
Well, see, what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, we're just giving the diversity of this artist and what they're doing. And so we're gonna skip because the time is going by so fast. So we're gonna sneak one more little blues song on there. And what I'm trying to do is give you a taste of the brilliance of this band and what this man has been doing. And when you talk about Jimmy, did you ever meet Jimmy as Jimi Hendrix after he came back?
Yeah, I did. He came back to play Madison Square Garden. But this time he's a big time star. You know. So I go to see him at Madison Square Garden, and we got a chance to talk a little bit. And you know, you got people pulling on him from 1,000 directions.
Oh, I bet.
And he said, man, he said, this was my last time seeing him in person. He said, man, I'm going up to do a little tour up in Connecticut, up to Boston. I'm going to come back to New York. I'm going to have a few days off. And we'll get a chance to hang out like old times. So he goes up and do the tour, but he came back. I never got a chance to see him again. And I'm going to tell you something, Larry. Jimmy was famous for 3 years. He died September of 1970. He became famous January 1967.
Wow.
And he was famous for 3 years. You know, when I met him in 63, we had no idea that he was going to become arguably the greatest guitar player that ever lived. And people today is still trying to do what he did back in 1967, 68, and 69, and 70.
And you got to experience that. You got to see that.
Yeah.
And look at how blessed we are. Oh, Mississippi boys.
Yeah.
You know, we're ready for the okay, we got one more. We got to play this one more song. Time is going out, but I really want you guys to hear this next song. Let us go. It's always the engineer's fault.
Worry. Girl, you know I just worry all my life. Worry. Girl, you know I just worry all my life. Seems like bad luck just follow me everywhere I go. Wow, someday after a while, you know I won't have to worry no more. Wow, someday after a while, girl, I won't have to worry no more. I got my clothes in a matchbox, and down the road I go.
Yes. Worry. Back, that's the blues, man. That's the real blues there. Look here, I can't tell, I tell, the time go by so fast when you're having fun.
It does.
And I can't tell how much I've appreciated you guys coming on this show.
Well, we want to thank you for having us, Larry.
And this is your home now. You got to come back. James, you're going to come back with your album, and James has hold your album up a little bit at the camera there, and so James is going to come back with us and talk about his album, because this kind of talent, this type of energy and spirit, that this is what we want to do with the show, is to help and support independent artists like yourself, legends like yourself. You don't. A lot of people make the mistake putting a star on Hollywood and you're not a legend, but that's not true. The history that you bring to the table, what you're teaching me today, what you guys have taught me today, and the spirit that you bring to this to my audience, and I thank you guys. And my text and my phone is burning up, and I really appreciate that. One more time, what's the name of the club that you guys play?
All right, again, my website is BillMageeBlues.com. Magee is Magee. July the 15th, I'll be at Mozambique. We start at 7 o'clock. That's in Laguna Beach. And July the 17th, 18th, and 19th, I'll be at the Orange County Fair. We start at 6 o'clock at the Orange County Fair.
Okay. Well, look here, James. It's so good, and I know that you were a little bit quiet here today, and I appreciate you sitting and just your energy. And I want to thank Heidi for introducing us.
Oh, absolutely.
We got to remember, we got to thank Heidi for introducing us. Heidi, thank you.
You're a big fan. She always come out and support us.
She's always bringing a crowd.
Yes. So anyway, what we want to do with this last few seconds, and I'd like to give everybody just words of wisdom that you want to say to other musicians, to the world, whatever. And let's start with you. Give us a word of wisdom to say goodbye to the show.
Keep pushing and keep playing your best, because you never know who's going to walk in, who can hear you, and open a door for you. Just keep believe the faith and keep on pushing on it.
There you go. Bill, give us a word.
Yeah, my thing is, Play a little bit every day. Have a passion for it. Love what you do. Put your heart and soul into it. And if you're really serious about it, play a little bit every day.
I appreciate that, and there's not a lot I can add to that. And I just want to say I want to appreciate you guys for not keeping the blues alive, but continuing to keeping it growing.
Absolutely.
Because it's not dying.
Absolutely.
And I hate to hear people where they're taking the blues away from it. No one is taking any. You can't take music from anybody. Music stays with you, and it grows with you. It grows within you. It grows without. And what I want to do is just thank you guys so much for the energy and the love that you brought to the show. And this is your home. You got to come back and do this again.
Absolutely, Larry.
Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. We were a little lighter today. And remember, a nation can rise no higher than it elevates its woman. Peace. Love you. See you the next time.
Now that you've found UBS